Welcome back. All right, so right as I was putting together the first video for tonight, the trade broke. And there's more to this than just the trade. So Brendan Dillon goes to the Winnipeg Jets. I like the trade for the Jets right now. I like it for the Capitals later. And I also like the fact that the Capitals get themselves some cap space. So, living up to their name, right? Capitals and cap. 2022 second is going to the Capitals as well as a 2023 second. So they took a player that they gave up a third and a second for, and they get 2 seconds back when they trade him. So that's trading up. That's not too bad for the Capitals. So I'm not wearing Jets because I think they lost. I like Brendan Dillon on the Jets blue line. I think that's a good addition. I think they could still use another offensive defenseman. The interesting thing is they were in on Nate Schmidt. And reportedly there was a deal that was ready to go through, but Nate Schmidt will not waive in order to go to the Winnipeg Jets. So apparently there was discussions, but he will not waive his no-trade clause in order to go to the Winnipeg Jets. So that's an issue that the Canucks are going to have, is he has some say in where he goes. And also, the Vancouver Canucks are being connected with Luke Schenn. Luke Schenn spent a very brief period of time in Vancouver a few years back, and he was good. And then he went to Tampa, won a couple of Stanley Cup rings, and I would welcome his return to Vancouver. He can be a decent third-pairing guy, filling the role that Jordy Ben had for the last couple of years, of course, before he got traded to Winnipeg. And I think if Schenn came back, that would be good too, because we already know that he and Quinn Hughes have at least some chemistry here and there, right? So, yeah, that would be good, considering Hamonic is on his way out, at least by the looks of things, right? And Hamonic was the one who got paired with Hughes a lot. I do hope Schenn isn't paired in the top four. That might be problematic, but the Canucks trying to get rid of Schmidt, apparently they had a deal worked out with Winnipeg, and it fell through. So the Canucks do need to open up some more cap space, and they were looking to do that via Nate Schmidt being traded, but it hasn't happened yet. So they'll have to make a deal with somebody else. We'll see how much interest there is out there. Now, speaking of interest, the Toronto Maple Leafs, with Freddie Anderson on his way out the door, reportedly their interest is in Peter Mrazek and Darcy Kemper. Of the two, both of them have had their injuries over the years. I would probably give a slight edge to Mrazek because I believe he's a bit younger, but both of them come with, a little bit of a warning sticker there for injuries. And both of them, interesting options for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Again, Toronto envisions themselves as Stanley Cup contenders, and many do see them as Stanley Cup contenders. But if it was Jack Campbell and, some other backup, if Campbell's the starter, you're going to have some consideration that maybe they're going to be in trouble. But if it was Mrazek and Campbell, that might be okay. It might keep him up there, and it'd be interesting to see what happens in the playoffs. Mrazek's played well in the playoffs before. So we'll see what happens for the Leafs with their goaltending, because that is a major part of putting together a Stanley Cup winning roster, right? Goaltending is vastly more important than some of the other stuff that we look at when it comes to teams around the NHL. Dmitry Yaskin, who's been over in the KHL, and apparently he has really appreciated his value over there. He is ready to sign a 1-year deal with the Arizona Coyotes for $3.2 million. Yeah, that's the report. $3.2 million for Yaskin. That tells me they see him as being a top 6 forward. And yeah, Arizona, not done just getting everybody else's cap money back in exchange for getting their draft picks too, but now they're ready to sign Yaskin for 1 year at $3.2 million. So we'll see how that turns out. I like Yaskin, but in his last go around there was something missing. Maybe he found that in the KHL. I want to throw in as well, we did post, my wife posted the meetup video from Saturday. When we play the meetups, and somebody asked us before we started playing, said, how about slap shots? And I straight up said, I said, look, it's a casual game. We're here to have fun. So, we're not looking for head hunting shots. We did have 2 players get hurt during the game as it was. They stayed in, everybody was okay. But again, meetups are supposed to be just this fun, casual game. They're not for slap shots and going out there and having these big highlight reel moves and saves and shots. Because again, not looking for people to get hurt, not looking for some kind of a situation where I end up feeling bad after. We did have one case where somebody separated their shoulder during one of the meetups 2 summers back, and that deflated that entire meetup altogether. You don't want that. So yeah, we play a lot more relaxed than you might see elsewhere. It is not. I don't think there's very many people that go all out, all out, all out. And at the end of the 4 hours we had there, I could have kept going, but there were most of the guys that were there were like, well, I'm done, I'm done, I'm done. So I was like, all right. So yeah, it is something that we do. We have through the channel. We've had for years, and they're not serious hockey games, and they're never going to be. We're not going to have a situation where we have like, a bunch of official jerseys and we rent out an arena and we have this big hockey game, because it just it's not what those meetups are meant to be. It's meant to be kind of hang out, and before the pandemic, we would also get like 20 people and then try to find like a Boston pizza or something like that where we could sit and eat. There were absolutely cases where people would come out for meetups, and the first thing they'd ask is, so where are we going to eat tonight? So that would, and then we'd start having that discussion. So anyways, I just want to throw that out there because, I know there's maybe like, oh, where's the rollerblades? Yeah. Seriously, it's a casual game. If anybody wants to have like this big serious game, it's not for them. That's just not going to change. So there you go. Just throwing that out there. And of course, I play floor hockey or street hockey weekly as much as I can, and I do enjoy that. I've missed that throughout. So thankfully, I've been on the treadmill, and which is how at the end of a meetup I'm like, I still have energy. But yeah, it's been great to get that going again. And as soon as we have another one set up, we always do them through the Facebook page, and I post it on the community page here. I'm just waiting to see what the numbers look like. And I mean the COVID numbers locally, and then see about having another meetup. We do insist that people are vaccinated before they come out as well. And yeah, so there you go. That's it. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I just wanted to throw that at the end because it doesn't really warrant its own video, and I thought, well, I'll throw it at the end of this one. This is the last video of the day, right? All the trades are done now, right? All right. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I'll talk to you again soon.